So like I made my confession earlier, but I'm confessing again that I have used AI text to image to help inspire me last weekend on Lance's karate pants, and this time around in the scene. And the artist in me is like, I'm not quite sure how much to disclose, but it was sort of this floating island image, and I saw a brain in the tree, and brought that forward, put Lance down there beside it in a little meditation-y spot, and there for what it's worth. I'm not judging myself too harshly for using it, but the part of me wanted to be like, this was AI assisted, and I would like to give it its credit, wherever that's due. And hopefully you've already started relaxing into the position that you'll hold for the next 30 to 45 minutes. And even though we try to stay still to deepen the experience, it's okay if you move. It's okay if you scratch, if you itch, if you sneeze. The best part about this being virtual is no one will know. But try not to move so much that you disturb your own level, your own, the level of relaxation that you've reached. Try not to throw that away with a quick movement or burst that bubble. And so, the picture for the message from in between, Lance sitting by a tree, also hints towards this fantastic tree being a metaphor for our brain, like at the top of the spinal column, resting in that. And apparently my words are only going to come every 3 to 4 sentences. Not sure what that's about, but I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that you all are here as well. I say it, and I say it again. I love it. And I'm blessed that I'm able to do this weekly. And I get so much out of it that I have no intentions of stopping it, even if everybody stops coming, which that's not the future that we're working towards. But just, I am very grateful to my guru, Shantimurti Saraswati, and his guru, Satyananda Saraswati, who came up with this technique in the 40s. It's plugged into my life and has made my life better for being a part of it. And so I hope that it brings the best yoga for you, the best conditions for you to have the experiences that you need to experience. As for the wordy part of the messages from in between this week, this one's called Mind Mulch. I love those times where you end up catching up with several friends in the same week. Does anybody else listen to the things that you say to them though? And the way that you sum up how things have been going? I find it interesting to hear how my subconscious paints the picture of where it thinks I'm at in life. And the same story takes shape and unfolds with different descriptions for each friend, almost like the observer influences the observed and what comes out. Well, there's more to it than simply catering to the tale to suit the interests of the listener. Sometimes you hear things said with new nuance, emphasis, or have a little Freudian slip moment. Paying attention to the words that you're using is fundamental to leveling up. It's both easy and hard. Even with years of practice, you can forget to pay attention. We soak up language from what we feed our ears and the entertainment we ingest. background noise and the sounds of our surroundings create a mulch in our unconscious mind from which ideas grow into subconscious action. If you've accidentally created a mulch which will not nourish the kind of thoughts you're trying to go, it can be tended to. Don't fall into OCD overwhelm trying to wrest control from your current self. Thought gardening takes time. Quick fixes only really garden the surface area cosmetically. Roots need conditions to be right to grow. Don't yell at the tomato plant for taking its time. Don't yell at yourself either. This week's 3-card draw is the 7 of Wands, number 11, Justice, and the 6 of Cups. Why's it gotta be a fight? And ooh, somebody's about to balance their scales. Also, Twitter patience season is here. This episode of Psychic Sleep Yoga Nidra will be touching on themes of mind gardens, background noises, and mulch. Mind mulch. Before we get to all of that, let's go ahead and tweak conditions for our optimal enjoyment. And along with that is realizing that the world will continue on, even though we create this place out of space and time, out of time. Around us, things are still happening, and often that creates noise. And that noise travels. And it distracts. But rather than holding that as the ultimate truth, we can also change the way that we feel about it and the way that we perceive it bit by bit. And I would encourage you to do so by telling yourself that any distractions, any noises around you that are not impeding upon your personal safety, that they are turned into reminders, encouragements to tune back into the self, back into the body, back into the practice. So now the world is filled with potential helpers for our quest. And the other thing we need to get in touch with before we get started is our sankalpa, our short phrase of personal resolve. Go ahead and say your sankalpa to yourself now 3 times in your head.
Are you fascinated by the unexplained? Do you love delving into the mysteries of the paranormal, or how we respond to media that pushes us to the limit of our understanding? Do you love to dive headfirst into the exploration of the human psyche with meditations or channeled messages from beyond? Join our podcast network, Another Realm Media, and explore the unknown with us. From ghosts to aliens, cryptids to conspiracy theories, horror to sci-fi, we've got it all. Don't miss out on the excitement. Join us today and unlock the secrets of the universe. Email us at contact@anotherrealmmedia.com.
There are phenomena that exist all around us.
Kids playing above something
unknown flies over and disappears. People driving at night, seeing huge creatures cross the road. People waking up to find their cabinet doors ripped open in their kitchen.
Strange things
Strange things happen every day around the world and seemingly at the same time and area. But are these occurrences connected? This is what we are here to explore and are trying to understand.
Join us on our journey
to uncover what we call the Convergence Enigma.
Every week on the Fearscape Media Network.
Messages from In Between are a part of live sessions of Psychic Sleep Yoga Nidra. Full recordings available for purchase as echo sessions. You can get them at santosdavid.com, santosdavid333 across most social media. Live sessions Sunday nights, echo sessions available Mondays.